Thoughts and Friends podcast, episode 36. Coming at you, we're talking NFL against the spread picks for week 11. Episode 36.
Jerome Bettis episode.
Jerome Bettis, you're already on top of it. We're not even going to look for another one. It's the bus episode. Rams legend. You have a bit of trivia before we start it off. Hit me with it. I probably won't know it, but we are not together, so we couldn't defend our crown at trivia tonight on Clark Street. So
give you a little taste.
Give me the trivia. See what we got.
You will blow my doors off if you know the answer to this because it shocked me.
Okay.
To know what the answer is. Okay. So we're
about,
talking NFC.
It's about football.
Talking NFC running backs. Most rushing yards from 2010 to 2020. The leader is Adrian Peterson with 10,000. Third place is Zeke with 6,380. Who is second from 2010 to 2020 NFC rushing yards?
So you say the AP was first, and who was third? Zeke?
Mm-hmm. Ezekiel Elliott. 2010 to 2020.
Man, that cuts off a few years. I had one jump to my mind right away. Let's see. Ooh.
I was very surprised.
I'll
just say that.
Can't be one of them.
Good running back, but
no. Ooh, that's interesting, but probably not. The first two that jump to my mind right away are Frank Gore and Lashawn McCoy.
Lashawn McCoy's fifth.
Okay. Gore probably hasn't been active long enough in this past couple of years.
Yeah, also moved over to the AFC
True.
At some point during that time.
Are they currently active in the NFC?
No, they're not. They're retired.
Okay.
Very good fantasy football player in his prime. Was drafted very high, I think. Yes, he was.
Man, he surely didn't play long enough. Maybe, though. He had crazy years. Could be Marshawn Lynch, maybe.
Marshawn Lynch is fourth.
It wouldn't be Todd Gurley, would it be? He's not retired.
Nope, he was top 10, I think.
Yeah, he had
7 or something.
He had some crazy years. Not. Was he was it? No, it can't be. I don't know. Who would it have been?
Do you want any more hints, or do you just want me to tell you?
You can just tell me.
Matt Forte.
Man, he was from
Matt Forte.
When's the last time he played?
That's what I thought too.
Wow.
I thought the same thing. He has like 100 more yards than Zeke, or about, I don't know. Well, I guess it's over now, but he finished with like 50 more yards than Zeke.
Yeah, I guess.
No, more than that. Yeah, about 50
You
more.
could say the same for Zeke. They just played like opposite ends of the decade. Like Zeke hasn't played that long either, I guess. Wow, Matt Forte. People forget Matt Forte.
Yeah, because Zeke's only
really, really good.
Yeah, and he also played in the AFC for like the last 3 or 4 years of his career
he was
too.
a Jet.
So.
Wow. Yeah. Matt Forte was
very surprising to me.
was Le'Veon Bell before Le'Veon Bell. He was McCaffrey before. He was before his time.
Caught a lot of passes.
Before his time. Good trivia question. Well done. We'll try to.
If you got that one, comment. Let us know if you got the answer correct.
Great poll. I got all the other ones in the top 6 or 7 or so.
You did.
But
you did.
Not that many options, I guess. But yeah, Matt Forte. Surprising.
Can I ask you a question before we get into the picks?
Yeah, go ahead.
If gun to your head, who's going to play in the NBA Finals?
Gun to my head in the NBA.
Because I've been
Finals.
thinking about this a lot, and I don't know what teams I believe in and what teams I don't right now. I don't know.
Gun to my head, it would be
I don't
even think it's that close. Like right away, it came to my head. It would be the Bucks and the Warriors.
See, the Warriors, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what They're playing better than anyone in the league. They look incredible.
What's not to like? You didn't. Is this because are you still hung up on their draft? You didn't like their draft that much.
I don't think either of those guys are going to help at all. If that makes any difference, I don't think it does.
Those guys play
I don't know how
some
much
second unit, don't they? Moody and Kuminga.
Not really. They were up like 25, and Moody played 0 minutes. Kuminga played like 8. So, I don't know. I worry that I worry they don't have a good enough second score. I think
that's what Clay's for.
I know. We'll see. We'll see what Clay. I don't know. I might say the exact same thing as you, but I think it's interesting to think about.
In the East, I think
I think the Warriors are very good. I don't think they're 82 games this good, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess outside of the Warriors, it would be the Phoenix Suns probably for me. I don't know how they're playing though.
Yeah, Utah's been okay. Dude. Yeah, the West is as wide open as it could be.
Can we stop pretending Utah could win?
No, yeah, we shouldn't.
Can we stop?
Could they make a final?
Can we stop
probably not.
No,
they probably couldn't.
Can we stop playing that charade? There's no way they're making it through a Western Conference gauntlet of no chance. We've already seen against a team with less talent in the Clippers last year that you could play Rudy Gobert off the court, and you can. They don't have. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, for as much as I like him, is not like a top 15 player. I mean, they just don't have enough.
Mm-mm.
They just don't have enough.
Here come the Mavs, third place, baby.
Yeah, it is what it is.
In it to win it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you have to say the same thing. It's very hard to repeat, so I hesitate to say Suns, Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Warriors, Bucks. I don't know. It's an interesting.
How's Harden and the Nets looked? To be honest, I haven't caught a lot of NBA.
Harden's looked very bad. It looks like maybe the referees, the rules of the game were his superpower. I mean, they're 10-5. I think they'll be fine. I think at their best, they're still very, very good. But Harden hasn't been himself. Harden hasn't looked like the Harden of old. He still has not quite adjusted. But The East is a murderer's row. The East is, I hesitate to say better, maybe better than the West.
Yeah, it's those easy wins night in, night out have really kind of disappeared. The bottom half, I feel like, has got a little more respectable.
There are legitimately 13 teams that could make the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's really only 2 bad teams in the East, whereas in the West, there's like 4, 5 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe even 6. I don't know.
Yeah. After around Christmas, I'll start locking in a little bit more and figuring these teams out. But for now, I'm still in NFL mode. We'll switch to NFL mode.
First place Wizards, baby.
We'll switch to NFL mode. Yeah, that's not going to last. The Thursday nighter is the New England Patriots traveling to Atlanta. The Patriots are a 7-point favorite. The total in this game is 47. At this time, the Patriots are receiving about 64% of the bets. While you talk about this game for about 40 seconds, I'm going to mess with my video here and make sure that it's still working. So go ahead and talk about the Patriots and the Falcons.
Okay. So, I don't think Atlanta's any good. I really don't. I don't believe in them whatsoever in this situation. But for the sake of the show, for the sake of the picks, we've talked about this a lot. A Thursday night team at home giving up north of a touchdown or, right at a touchdown. I think I would hesitate to pick Atlanta. We know that Damian Harris is going to play for New England. I don't know how much that sways things. I think, as far as I know, it looks like Cordell Patterson is not going to play, I don't think. Is that correct?
That is a game-time decision. He did practice limited this week. Damian Harris will play. He's off the injury report for whatever that matters. The Ridley will not play. He's still on some form of injured reserve for his mental health issues that he's sorting out. Other than that, I think everyone is in of note.
This game screams basically the exact same thing as last Thursday night to me. I like the under, and I like the home dog. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Too many points on a short week for me.
am gonna side. I hate that it opened 5.5 and it's up to 7. I wish if we got it under the full 7. I'm gonna be a dumb little fishy and side with New England here. It is the exact same situation as last week, almost identical. But I feel like the emergence of J.C. Jackson on the outside for the Patriots is going to match up very well with really the Falcons' only weapon in Kyle Pitts. Without Ridley, I'm not really threatened by Russell Gage or Zacchaeus.
Olamide Zacchaeus.
And if Patterson can't, he's a game time decision. Even if he can go, he's probably limited, and you're trusting the ghost of Mike Davis. I just don't think. I think this could get rolling downhill in a bad way, pretty quick for Atlanta. I think I've been so impressed with New England. They absolutely. I mean, it's easy to say, look what happened last week. They absolutely rolled the Browns. I just don't think Atlanta has the weapons to. It is at home, but I don't think they have the weapons to take advantage and score enough. I think the under is probably a good call. I think New England runs it a lot, and Atlanta can't move the ball. And I'll take the Patriots by 7.
It's a tough one to bet. They got these lines pretty dialed in at this point in the year.
Especially,
you're not going to win any money betting on these games.
Especially like late in the week. It's already moved 1.5 towards New England. And it is the same situation as last week, and the 2-7 Dolphins won outright by like 2 scores against the Ravens. I mean, anything is possible, and on the short week, it makes a lot of sense. But I think this matchup is going to be tough for Atlanta. I think New England matches up well.
I wonder what the against the spread record is of home dogs on Thursday night. Probably pretty good. I don't have my phone right now because it's recording me, but I could look, or I could try to. Last week, obvious. That's all right.
Was a winner. Thursday night, the week before that, Indy covered as a home favorite. In week 8, Green Bay won on the road. The Browns were a favorite at home and will beat the Broncos. Philly was a home dog and covered that disgusting backdoor against Tampa.
I remember it well.
Seattle didn't cover at home. They were a dog. The Browns were favored and they covered in week 4. Home dog, the Texans did not cover against Carolina in week 3. Week 2, the Washington was favored at home against the Giants, and home favorites didn't cover. So of the home dogs, I think it was like 2-1 or 3-1 on Thursday night.
Okay, so
not
a lot of examples. Usually when you're home, you're favored, but
right. But of the examples, I think only one, maybe Houston against Carolina, didn't cover. They got beat like 24-9 or something.
They're not a real football team either. Not that the Falcons are super.
They're barely an expansion team still. Yeah, so I don't know. I just don't love the matchup for Atlanta. I'll lean New England. Much better coach. Trust the quarterback. Don't love it, but I'll lean New England. You gonna stick with Atlanta?
Falcons, baby. Bird gang.
Bird gang, indeed. Okay, the Sunday slate. Green Bay at Minnesota. Minnesota, another home dog. They're a 2-point home dog. The total's 49. I feel like this line's trying to tell me something. I mean, Rodgers is going to play. Green Bay is 9-1 against the spread this season. They're very good. I think they're the best. I think they're the best team in the NFL. I feel like this line stinks. It opened 2.5, and now it's down to 2. It's moved a half point towards Minnesota, the home dog. I get it; it's a division game, but boy, I don't know.
This makes absolutely no sense. I can't make heads or tails of this. I don't know if I can come up with any logic that would explain this.
So Rodgers hasn't played, and he hasn't been with the team because he's doing his 10-day quarantine for COVID. I'm trying to think of some other quarterbacks that came back from that specifically.
Cam Newton, he was really bad last year.
Yeah, that's true. But this season, I guess there's been just...
Have any quarterbacks gotten COVID this year? Any starting quarterbacks?
Ben Roethlisberger tested positive like the same time Rodgers did, like a week ago.
Yeah, but he hasn't played yet since, obviously.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe just.
And
maybe
how much worse can he really get?
He's like
you
the
know?
worst quarterback in the league, so that wouldn't be a good example. I don't understand it. I feel like it stinks, but I'm not taking Green Bay here. I mean, I just think they're so much better.
Yeah, it's
wrong. It has to be wrong. Like this, I feel like this is telling me something, but
I mean, I would imagine 100% of the money is on Green Bay here. Like, I don't understand this at all.
The number that I have is 64% is on Green Bay, which is.
Is there any chance that Aaron Rodgers doesn't play?
He said on
is
his.
Is that 100% that he's going to play?
Yeah, he said on his, in his press either today. I think it was today. 100%. I'm definitely playing. I think the quote was.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Definitely playing on Sunday.
But it's moved the other way. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know I'm going to lose this already, but I'm taking Green Bay.
I'll feel so stupid if I take Minnesota and they get trounced.
I can sleep at night betting on Rodgers and Green Bay, the best team in the NFL in my eyes, against Kirk Cousins, who I dislike. So I can go to sleep at night taking Green Bay in this spot, although it's probably wrong.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we will move on. A bit of a surprising line, although Phillies look pretty good lately. They are 4-5. They're a 1.5 point home favorite against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are 5-4 and 5-4 against the spread. It looks like Trevor Siemian, I guess, has won this job. They're going to stick with him, it sounds like. He fell just short in a comeback against the Titans last week on the road. I think so. So Philly over the last 2 or 3 weeks has really switched their identity to a run-first team. They might get Miles Sanders back. They've been really pounding Jordan Howard between the tackles a lot for whatever he's worth. I don't know how much more he has left, but while he's fresh, they've been running him a lot. Boston Scott. I don't think that's going to be the way to beat New Orleans. They have one of the best defenses in the league, especially against the run. I think if Hurts is forced to throw to win this game, that's bad news for Philly. I will take New Orleans in this spot here. What say you? Are you getting on?
I don't hate New Orleans getting points against the team. I think they're better than them. But Trevor Siemian, we were just talking about worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL. He's certainly up for discussion in that list.
He might be
very short list.
He might be as good a passer as Jalen Hurts. Thoughts?
Yeah. You know where I stand on him. Yeah, I will not hesitate or try to knock you off that take.
Passer alone. Obviously, Hurts moves much better, extends plays, can pick up first downs with his legs. But
Philly, it seems like is finally playing a style of football that lines up with the players they have on their team. It felt like the first half of the year they were trying to play like they're the fucking Chiefs. They were trying to spread it out and like throw it 35 times, which resulted in a lot of losses because
Jalen Hurts can't throw.
That ain't them.
Can't throw.
That being said, I don't think that style with the personnel they have is going to be good enough to beat New Orleans. I will lean with you and take the Saints as well.
All right. Both on the Saints thus far. Nope, on Thursday you were opposite of me. On Sunday we're together thus far. We'll move to the hometown Chicago Bears. They host the Baltimore Ravens. Chicago is off their bye. The Ravens are off a mini bye. They played on Thursday last week. As of this recording, the Bears are a 4.5 point home favorite. The total is 45, and the Ravens
underdog, not right.
They're a home underdog. Yes,
you said favorite.
4.5 point dog. Yeah, the Ravens are getting 63% of the bets this time, and the number has gone from 6 to 4.5. So a little reverse line movement here. I will take the Bears, mostly based on that, and they're going to be as healthy as they have been all year off this bye. Reverse line movement, home dog. Didn't like it at all how Baltimore looked On Thursday, I'll take the Bears. Don't love it, though.
So the Baltimore is the type of team that goes into Chicago and historically just beats the ever-living shit out of the Bears, especially a team that needs a bounce-back spot, that's fighting for a playoff spot. Teams that are more well-coached, usually well-oiled machines, although I guess that's not necessarily true of this team this year, but historically, the Ravens are the type of team that Chicago just cannot beat. They tend to get run off the field, and it's hard for me, even though your logic I think makes a lot of sense, it's hard for me to pick the Bears in this spot.
Yeah, a lot of the trends, especially with the Baltimore Ravens historically, or at least over the past 3 to 5 years, would suggest that they would take care of this team. But off the bye, more time for the, maybe a rookie quarterback feels more comfortable with what they're doing. You would said the same thing about the candy-ass Dolphins last week, and they put up 10 points. I just don't know if Lamar doesn't play excellent. I don't know if they have the dudes. Latavius Murray. I guess Bateman and Marquise Brown are solid. I just don't know if they have the dudes.
I do think the playing on a Thursday night sort of throws a lot of your logic out the window. I do really think the home team is at such a distinct advantage in a Thursday night game, basically from what we've seen typically, that it's a little hard to take anything from that. I'm going to take Baltimore here.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I
don't love it. I would stay away from this game at all costs.
Yeah, I think it's
personally
very reasonable to think Baltimore wins this game, but 4.5. They're a 6-3 team. They're against the spread. They're 3-6. They just haven't been able to get it done against the number. Their defense is very leaky, and I think the back door's open at worst in this game. But yeah, they could also beat them by 2 scores. Matt Nagy is an absolute dipshit, so anything can happen. It is what it is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he's bad at coaching football.
Yeah, he stinks. You're fired. San Francisco.
Everyone but
travels to Jacksonville. San Francisco off a huge Monday night win in division against the Rams. I tried to tell you. Kyle Shanahan owns Sean McVay. It's 5 in a row. If the team's good, if the team's bad, it doesn't matter. He owns them.
You stuck it.
He owns
You stuck it.
I know my Rams, and they stink against the Niners. This game opens 7. Big reverse line move in this game, at least based on ticket count and the number. It opens 7. It's down to 6 for Jacksonville as a 6-point home dog. 71% on San Francisco on a short week off Monday Night Football. Feels bad.
Are we going to both pick the Jacksonville Jaguars in this fucking game?
Oh, yeah. Jacksonville I don't think they're better than almost any team in the league, but I can't ignore this significant of a difference in the ticket counts at this point in the week and the reverse line movement. Why is this moving towards Jacksonville? I don't know.
They
across the country
seem like they're playing a little better, I guess. Not really, though. I don't know. I guess I just have that. They didn't really play well in that Buffalo game that they won. Buffalo lost that game more than Jacksonville went out and won it.
You did not simply go to Duval and come away victorious. Yeah. Show some respect.
A lot of teams would disagree,
yeah.
But I got to take Jacksonville here. That's just too fishy. That stinks too bad.
Short week, going all the way across the country, very long flight, if for whatever that's worth.
I'll just listen to the people who have a lot more at stake and seemingly are much smarter than I am. I'll just listen to them. That's usually a good strategy.
Agree. Another very, very, very bad team who is no longer defeated. We can throw the first 0-17 team out the window. The Detroit Lions get their tie.
They could be the first 0-16. Well, They'll be the first 0-16-1 team.
They would.
Probably they would hold that for quite a long
Probably
time,
forever.
I would imagine.
Yeah, that would be extremely difficult to pull off again.
Maybe worse. Maybe worse than being
that's just maybe more sad. I don't know. They traveled to Cleveland, a very banged-up Cleveland. They're 11.5-point home favorites. The total's 43.5. I think I love the Lions.
This is so fucked up. Yeah, I think so too.
How
this
could you
is
not,
so fucked up.
Just on the basis of if I just said the total in an NFL game is 43.5, and I'll give you one team and 11.5 points.
Yeah, exactly. This doesn't make any sense.
Either side, what those teams are, you're like, tough to argue. You probably just take the points and hold your nose.
Is Detroit the worst team in the NFL?
No, the Texans are.
Are they the second worst team in the NFL? They are, right? They're second or worst.
They're
Jacksonville's better than they are. And the Jets, are they both better than Detroit? Probably, right?
Yeah, probably.
Those teams have both had like a game where like, oh. Detroit has had 0 games where you're like, oh. You know.
I mean, they just tied.
They kept a few close.
They just tied Pittsburgh on the road. That's like that was decent.
I think nothing about what they did was like, they're playing pretty good.
Oh, yeah, if that's what you meant.
You know what I mean?
If that's what you meant, then no, they looked awful. But
yeah, results-wise, is
they're
like, you know.
They're 0-8-1.
The Jets had the...
They're 0-8-1. They're
Jets had the
6-4.
Mike White game.
I mean, that's...
Yeah, you know, like the Jets had the Mike White game. Houston, they probably haven't had any good games. Jacksonville beat the Bills. Showed some stuff. Jacksonville kind of hung with Arizona for a second. Yeah, I like Detroit here. This is
disgusting.
This is fucking
Baker
awful.
Mayfield doesn't have anything left to be hurt. He just hurts something new every week. He's got like both shoulders, like a fucking sprained knee, like he's got all kinds of stuff. He's gonna try to play. He's a tough fucking kind of dude. Take a week. I don't know. He's gonna try to play.
It's a great strategy. It's a great strategy for any quarterback that's like fringe among media people. Like, is he good or not? Just play hurt every single week. Just play hurt every single week. You'd be like, we don't know. Maybe he's Peyton Manning.
If he ever got healthy,
maybe he's
we
fucking
know.
Mike White. Who knows? Yeah. He's hurt. He's banged up. So he's pulling an AFC North quarterback. He's pulling a Ben Roethlisberger. He's just going to be hurt every week, and you'd be like, well, I'm not actually bad because I'm hurt.
Yeah, one of these weeks we're going to get healthy.
It's a good strat.
Out, but until then, we just don't know. Yeah, the Lions. Respect to the Lions. They've been had gigantic numbers against them all year. They're 0-8-1, and they are 5-4 against the spread. So
cash and fucking tickets, baby.
Good teams win, great teams cover. I'm taking the Lions as well. You're on the Lions. So we just back-to-back both on Jacksonville and Detroit. What could go wrong? Let's see. Where are we going next? Oh, I know where we're going next. We're going to the jungle for the Jungle Cats. My Panthers. 3.5-point home favorites. The Carolina Panthers, the resurgent Carolina Panthers, the Cam Newton-led Carolina Panthers. CMC's back in a big way. Cam Newton's back in a big way. The Panthers are back in a big way. Although this number, 3.5, off a Washington team, off a win against Tampa, seems a bit heavy to be laying 3.5 here. But they are 3-6. Taylor Heineke stinks. I believe in this defense. I believe in the coaching staff. Cam Newton's got the boys going. They're fired up. Panthers all the way. Let's go.
So both these teams coming off, like you said, huge weeks. Mm-hmm. Probably some of their bigger weeks of the entire season. So, in my mind, these teams are.
Carolina's better. Don't give me that.
Teams are similar.
No. Chase Young out for the year. Not in.
God, Antonio Gibson looked great. Heineke probably had his best game of the year.
Okay. He got to play from ahead. That helps.
Yeah, hand up. Heineke looked great. Heineke impressed me a lot.
He can do that. He's got that in him. He's also got Heineke in him.
Yeah.
He's also got bad.
Yes, he does. And that's the thing, though. It's not like the quarterbacks on the other side are like, wow, just consistent model of excellent quarterback play. Fucking
Former MVP and how often can you say you're going to have 2 former MVPs on your team, quarterback in your team? Not very often.
Not very. Pretty
Of course,
rare.
I'm speaking of XFL legend and MVP PJ Walker.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. The one and the same. I hate the hook. Feels like they're going to win by 2. Feels like it's going to be an absolute war between 2 shitty-ass teams.
Nope.
An absolute kitten fight.
Nope. Terry McLaurin, you're getting locked the fuck up. Stephon Gilmore is going to be in that ass. Carolina has a nice run defense. Antonio Gibson, you're going nowhere. Taylor Heineke's going to be forced to come from behind in this game. Ain't going to happen.
Fuck it. Carolina, I guess.
Let's go.
I don't fucking know.
All right.
Ugh.
Talked right into that one. And we're going to be right.
Fuck, dude. These games are so bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad teams.
I guess it gets a little.
This is a good game.
God, it gets a little better down the stretch.
This is a good game. Indy travels to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Travels to the Ralph. The Bills are 7-point home favorites here. Feels like too much. Do we trust the Bills?
No,
No.
we
I
don't.
have Indy written down.
Do we trust the Colts? No,
I
we
trust
don't.
Jonathan Taylor. That dude is a sick
Yeah,
pup. That dude.
absolute fucking machine.
Oh, what a freak.
Gonna lead the league in rushing yards. I don't think it's gonna be particularly close. Probably.
No, Nevin Henry's not playing. No, he's gonna run for like 1,700 yards, 1,800 yards. Dude's a machine.
This feels like too many points for Buffalo. They are at home. Carson Wentz is Carson Wentz. Did Leonard get hurt last week? Darius Leonard for the Colts?
He did.
I think he went out of the game.
He came back in. I think you're right. I think he came back in though.
Because that's a huge loss for them if he's not in there. He's
the
heart and soul of the team.
I believe he
That's
and
cliche.
Quentin Nelson both left the game and came back into the game. So I think they're okay.
Too many points. I like Indy.
agree.
They run the ball too well to get killed. I like Indy.
I agree. I like it. Haven't been overly impressed with Buffalo. I do think they're still one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl. They're a lot of teams have been kind of, I guess, trying to do what a lot of teams are doing to the Chiefs, just kind of play too deep and force Allen to take underneath stuff. And they're basically asking them to beat them with a run, and you're trying to have Singletary and Moss do that, and they just don't want to run the ball with them. I don't know. I think 7 is too much. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Both on Indy. Let me get this in our little sheet here. All right, back to the very terrible stuff. Houston, 10-point dog going to Tennessee. The total in this game is 44.5. Tennessee is a home favorite, are getting 72% of the tickets in this game. Oh, fuck. I don't know. What am I supposed to say? What do you want from me?
Is this the one? Is this the Tennessee game that we've been wrongfully anticipating for 6 weeks, however many weeks they've been on this run? This team is not this good. This team is fine. Maybe these pass rushers that have just sort of come out of nowhere are actually super legit.
They've not come out of nowhere, but they've been producing, I guess, more so the past month or so. Because they're good players. They just.
I was not super aware of them, I guess, as a casual NFL fan.
Yeah, that's fair. I've been for the past couple years very much in the camp of Tyrod Taylor is like Teddy Bridgewater-esque. Like I'll keep this thing close.
That's racist, bro.
Okay.
JK.
I'll keep this thing close. I can cover numbers. I can keep us in this game. And early in the year, I saw a lot of that. And I don't know if he wasn't ready to come back in their last game. He
did not look
horrible.
good. He looked incredibly stinky.
It's so many points. I just don't. I just don't know how they move the ball. I've been very impressed with Tennessee's defense. But you could just say it again. The total in this game is 44.5, and you get 10 points with one of the teams.
Am I going to pick Jacksonville, Houston, and Detroit, and Atlanta? And I'm going to have to pick either Miami or the Jets. I have no choice.
I'm taking
to
Tennessee.
pick one of them.
I'm taking Tennessee. I think Houston very, very much startles the score.
How would it look if I picked Tennessee as the best team in the NFL, one podcast ago, to then pick the Texans to cover against them the next week?
We kind of spoke to that. Like, do we think they could win a Super Bowl? Probably not. But their resume at this point, they're 8-2. Like, you can't really dispute their resume. They've beat like 3 or 4 of the top 10 teams in the league. But like,
this league fucks you up, man. It's so hard to actually know who's good if you're not really, really, really into it. If you're not super locked in and studying these things and just looking at these scores, it's impossible to tell who's good and who's bad because, as you see, every single spread on here except for a couple are one-score game spreads. So all these games are going to be close. So it's kind of a coin flip who's going to win all these games.
Yeah, it's the NFL after all. They're all good.
Yeah, that's why people love it. There's not a lot of blowouts. I got to take Tennessee. I have to. I don't have a choice.
Yeah, your hands are tied. You just got to take them at this point.
Can't not take them.
All right. Miami off a long week here. Thursday night, victorious over the Ravens, traveled to MetLife to take on the Jets. The Jets are a 3-point home dog. The Dolphins are getting 70% of the bets in this game at this point in the week. We learned today that the Mike White era is over in New York. It'll be Joe Flacco helming the New York Jets.
Elite.
Yeah, something like that. Super Bowl champion.
I love the Dolphins.
Love the Fins. Why do you love the Fins?
I really liked what I saw from last week. I thought they looked really good.
I thought
they looked a little closer to what I thought they would at the beginning of the year.
I'm tired.
Tua looked good.
Of people shitting on Tua. I'm tired of it. He's not.
He looked good
bad.
Last week.
He has underachieved. He was taken out of Herbert, which is he's very Mitch Trubisky-ish of them and him. He's just never ever gonna live up to Justin Herbert, I would assume. Although he hasn't looked great the past month or so, but he's just probably not as talented as Justin Herbert. And that's going to follow him for his entire career. But he's not that bad. He is not like a bottom third quarterback in the league, probably. He's probably on the fringe of that middle third. I don't think he's that bad. And the Jets are starting Joe Flacco, after all.
I like Miami. I am one of those people that just kind of shit on Tua.
You are?
I mean, didn't really show me much. But the last few weeks, last week he looked great. I mean, great is, relative, but as well as I've ever seen him play.
Yeah, he came in off the bench.
I really like Miami here.
Yeah, I'm certainly not betting on Joe Flacco. If that's what you're asking.
No.
I don't think Joe Flacco is going to be in the business of putting it on the line for the New York Jets. Let me tell you, if he's staring down the gun barrel on 3rd and medium, I think he's going to throw it in the turf and not eat one in the mouth, if I had to guess.
Dude, he's a gamer. He's a gamer, dude.
Yeah. Super Bowl champ.
He bleeds green and white.
Jumbo Jets.
JETS, baby.
Yeah. I'll take the Dolphins as well. Like what I saw. The Bengals, off a bye, travel to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. The Raiders are a 1-point home dog, actually, in this spot, which is maybe a bit surprising. May have to do with the ass beating they got in primetime last week against the Chiefs. Total's 49.5. How are we feeling about the Bengals off their bye here?
Which one of these teams is better, do you think?
I don't know.
Because I don't know.
The Bengals lost to the Jets, let's not forget.
They did.
I don't know. They're both 5-4.
I think the Jets are... Maybe the Bengals are a little more talented. The Raiders are maybe a little more consistent.
You might be onto something there. I think the Bengals are, in the sexy positions are much more flashy, much more, you could say talented. I think that's probably right. But yeah, I don't know. As a team,
Raiders,
I don't know.
I think the Raiders' defense is a little better. At this stage, Derek Carr is probably a little better than Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it's probably close, but you're probably right. Slightly.
I will just sort of go against the variance and the inconsistency of the Bengals and take the Raiders here and hope we get the sort of 1-3 shot that the Bengals show up and look like total trash like we've seen them do.
Yeah, off the bye, you don't know how they're going to show up. I'm not sure if it was you or who I was talking. I'm not exactly a believer in their coach. I'm not sure how they'll play off this bye or how much you can factor that in. I don't know. I think not having to lay a field goal here at home with Vegas, I'll take that as a home dog. I'll just take Vegas and hope they can get it done. Don't really love the game. Won't be watching this game probably at all. It might be one of those you look up and it's like late third quarter. And like, oh, yeah, that started at 3, didn't it?
The witching hour.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm sure.
I think it could be a good game. Be close, probably.
Game.
It's a 1-point spread. So, hot take. My game might be close.
That's quite the limb. I'm sure if you're watching Red Zone, you'll see a cutaway of Jamar Chase scoring like a 70-yard touchdown like he does every week. But I don't know.
Correct.
Other than that, I'll take Vegas as a home dog here. Don't love it. Don't have a strong take. Do you have a strong take on probably the game of the week, Dallas at Kansas City? Kansas City, a 2.5-point home favorite. Totals 56. Should be a really high-scoring game. Should be a close game, as the line indicates. How we feeling, Dallas, Kansas City?
Obviously, I loved what I saw from Kansas City last week. They looked...
Hard not to.
It was their best game of the season.
Yep.
Don't think that's disputable. Don't think it's debatable. We saw the Cowboys absolutely decimate the Falcons. Post to pillar to post, wire to wire, whatever you want to say. A thorough drubbing. I think I like the Cowboys.
I think they're a better team.
I think people are getting a little high on the old Chiefs. The Chiefs, the drug that is the Kansas City Chiefs. That is so hard to quit.
What a drug. The cocaine of NFL teams, I would say.
When it's in there and it hits good and you're very living above yourself.
Very euphoric offense. Yeah, when it hits, is good. But I think the Cowboys are a better team.
Yeah, I think almost at every position except for quarterback, probably. And even that this year.
That's pretty damn good, let me tell you.
Well, maybe the people may come for me, but maybe start talking about it.
Easy.
Boy, God, Mahomes is like so fucking bad at times this year. It's
at times he's been forcing it, to say the least. Yeah.
Oh God, he's like so bad. But I think overall, that's also been a little overblown of how bad he's been. I think.
Yeah, outside of that Tennessee game where he looked actually intoxicated. I don't know what that was.
He looked like he was throwing the game.
On shaving points.
Yeah, it was crazy. He really hasn't been that bad. I think when your baseline is like, I'm going to throw 55 touchdowns in the season and pass for 8,000 yards, it's like, oh, well, I'm going to throw for 7,000. You fucking suck, dude.
I think Zeke just plows through this team, honestly. I think they lean on him.
Yes.
I don't think they have an answer. And Pollard either. They'll just 1-2 punch all night. I think Daniel Sorensen, hope you're not out there. If you are, you're in big trouble. Got news for you.
We're gonna see bad Chiefs probably. They're gonna be playing from behind. They're gonna have to score every possession probably. Kansas City's not been good in that scenario this year. Mahomes forced it a lot. Maybe a little. What do you think about this? A little Mahomes over interceptions bet.
Don't hate that. Probably.
What's that? Probably at half. Probably half. Probably, if I had to guess.
Do you think it would be juice to the over? Probably, right? I don't know. Would he be a favorite to throw an interception?
Probably.
He's gonna put it up a lot.
He seems like he's throwing an interception about every game this year. I could be wrong about that, but it feels like he throws at least one every game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate that.
Little something else for you.
I think they're gonna have to throw it a ton. They will get CEH back, I think, but I don't really care. I think he's been very underwhelming. He'll probably be a rotation of guys. Yeah, I really like Dallas. I'll take the points. Dallas.
This is the pivotal point for Kansas City. If they go out there and win this game, I'm
thinking
all
I'm
the way
back.
back in.
Yeah.
I'm all the way back in. Super Bowl's back on. Chiefs are who we thought they were.
Yeah.
If they win this one, you got me.
Yeah, we might look back and see this second quarter of the season and be like, oh, that was a funny little deal where the Chiefs were pretend bad.
Mahomes will be hoisting that fucking Lombardi and be like, remember when we thought they sucked?
Yeah,
that was funny.
Egg on our face.
Actually, we just won't remember that probably. We'll just completely forget it happened.
Yeah, probably so.
Fun times.
Arizona travels to Seattle. Seattle is a 2.5-point home dog in this spot. A little surprising. They looked very bad against Green Bay last week. This line tells me that Kyler's probably going to play. I read today that he was kind of bounced around at practice, looked okay. Being out there on a Wednesday is a good sign, I would say. I don't think Hopkins is going to play. He seems pretty doubtful. So this line tells me that Kyler will be out there.
Is Russ or Geno going to play? Because
speaking of someone,
I'd be tempted to take Seattle if Geno plays.
Speaking of
fuck, he looked bad last week.
Speaking of someone who looked drunk and might have been shaving points, what the fuck was Russell Wilson doing last week?
Oh my god,
that dude looked.
Like
he was on mushrooms.
That was Brock Osweiler-esque.
He just dropped back.
Insert all the least accurate quarterbacks you've ever watched throw a football.
It's hard to get shut out. It is tough to get shut out, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, and Green Bay's got a good defense, but they're not the '85 Bears.
Yeah, they got a nice defense. They just couldn't do anything. It was crazy.
He has no feel on the ball. He was just missing every single throw.
Off the injury. He was
easy throws. He just didn't have it.
Came back too early. Shocker.
He grinded, dude. That guy came back from that finger injury faster than anyone would ever.
Dude, remember when he did those fake huddles and did 2-minute drills before games? That was fucking.
You got to think that helped him get his ass fucking drilled on fucking national television 3 weeks after that.
That really played into getting pounded by the
You got to think, had he not done that, he probably would have thrown for 58 yards in that game as opposed to the 94 that he did end up throwing for.
It's good prep time. You got to stay sharp. You just have to stay sharp.
I saw him doing a lot of squats that had to help with the hand, had to get him back a little quicker probably. He was doing a lot of burpees and shit. So, it's the grind don't sleep with Russell Wilson. The guy's built different. The guy's one of a kind. It's a pleasure to watch him work.
Question. Do you like Russell Wilson? Not as a...
Fuck no.
Fuck no. That dude is...
Great.
He's the most look at me guy that gets away with what he does, that gets credit for being a team guy. He says after every single interview he does, go Hawks, go. He's very, very JJ Wattish, but I don't think.
I was just gonna say the same fucking thing. He's light skinned JJ Watt.
He's JJ Watt. But JJ Watt now is in on the joke. He gets it. I think he's still He's still really corny and cringy, but it feels like he's a little bit in on the joke. Russell Wilson is the most look at me guy in the league, and everyone thinks he's this team first. I think he's the most corny me guy.
All the things he says, if you read them in a newspaper article without any context, you're yeah, those are all the right things to say. You're a robot, dude. You're
not.
People don't like you. I cannot imagine that people like you. You are so self-absorbed. Just be a normal person.
No fucking chance he's doing that.
Act like you have any type of flaw at any point in time. Act like you were. I wake up at 3:40 a.m. every single day and I work out for 15. Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah, zero.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't Josh Allen. They just I don't need to tell you about it. I'll just go do my shit and play football. I don't fucking care.
There is absolutely zero chance in hell he's out there doing that fucking song and dance on the field before the game if there are no cameras on him. Zero chance.
Yeah, he's not doing it on the fucking practice field.
Zero chance. He's out there pregame doing his, it was ZX left, right, 42 gun slot. To literally no one on his knee in a fake huddle. If there's no cameras around, No chance he's out there pulling that shit. No chance.
It's the equivalent of the guy after the playoff NBA game that's like he was in the gym putting up shots as soon as the game. That doesn't fucking matter, dude. Go home and go to bed. You can play basketball. You're just doing this for attention.
Yeah.
Those extra 200 shots are not going to make you not fucking get your ass throttled by LeBron James tomorrow night. I hate to break it to you.
The most look at me shit ever. I hate it. He's so corny.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
He's so fucking lame.
This line's telling me that Kyler's going to play. I think they're a way better team, and I'll take Arizona in a bounce-back spot here because Seattle stinks.
Yeah, if Kyler plays, they're going to win by 100. If Russ goes out there and tries to play again, they're totally fucked. And I assume fingers, they probably, heal pretty quickly, so maybe he'll be semi-back to normal this week. I don't know.
No, he looked like shit.
But I'm not going to take that chance.
Zero feel. No chance I'm taking the Seahawks here. Zero chance whatsoever. Pittsburgh. The Sunday nighter, Pittsburgh travels to L.A. to take on the Chargers. The Chargers are a 5.5-point home favorite. Ben missed last week. He self-reported some COVID stuff, ended up testing and tested positive, so he missed last week. I think he's going to play this week, though. Is that what we're thinking?
I think so.
I think
that's the assumption that I was under.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm not positive.
I think they'll get Claypool back, too. T.J. Watt actually might
play. Let's take a look.
You can check that out. I think Watt's going to play after a really bad scare on a knee injury. Not certain on that, though. That's probably a 50-50 at this point. Boy, the Chargers, after a really nice start, have been very disappointing recently.
God, they've fallen back to earth. I think you curse any team that is sort of fringe that you get really high on.
No.
I think they just absolutely implode.
No?
It's not a West curse?
No. I thought about it. No. Definitely not. Panthers? Come on.
The two teams you're pretty high on. Chargers.
Panthers are 5-5. They're going to hit their win total over. Don't give me that shit. Chargers might not, though.
I was hearing playoff talk about the old Panthers.
I'm not done talking about the playoffs, sir.
I
wonder what the odds are right now. I would bet on a yes.
For the Panthers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have you seen the other teams that are in the NFC? There's so many other good teams.
For sure. The Cowboys are going to be in. The Cardinals and Rams are going to be in. The Packers are going to be in. That's 4 teams. Tampa's going to be in for sure. That's 5 teams. Now we got 2 spots left. They might be in as we speak. They are.
Do we think that's going to
Yes.
hold true?
I think without a quarterback, I think right now they're better than the Saints. I think it's very close. I don't think they're better than the Saints, but I think it's they could beat the Saints. They're better than, for sure, better than the Bears and Lions. I think the Vikings would be a close game. They're better than the 49ers, or at least close.
I think the Vikings are better than they are.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I think it's a good game. And I think they're very much in play there for those last 2 wildcards. There's 7 teams get in. I think they're in play. At 5-5?
Yeah, sure. They're in play. They're not good.
I don't think that they're good by any means, but I think they can make the playoffs. As I said in our preseason show, they'll make the playoffs in the first round, get absolutely fucking throttled.
Okay. Fair enough. Nobody knows if he's going to play.
Anyways, Pittsburgh Chargers.
Nobody knows if he's going to play. Look, he's vaccinated, so he's not subject to the 10-day whatever. Mm-hmm. As long as he tests negative, I think he's good. Assuming he's healthy, I guess.
Asymptomatic?
He did actually have symptoms. He was not. Well, he wasn't asymptomatic. He actually was sick, I think.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he self-reported symptoms, and then they tested him, and he tested positive. So he has to be asymptomatic, and then test negative. So it's possible he doesn't play.
What a nice guy! What a novel concept.
Yeah, and
lie to your teammates.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Got a lot of respect to Ben. It's what you got to do.
Yeah, don't lie to people about it. Don't be a fucking scumbag. If Ben plays, I like Pittsburgh a lot here.
You think so?
Chargers have been fucking terrible. Well, not terrible. They've not been good. They haven't been good for 4 weeks.
Last month they've been bad.
Herbert's not looked good. The whole team's not firing on all cylinders.
It seems like a team that plays just a ton of close games. I think you're probably right. 5.5 seems like a lot here.
Yeah, I like Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's if Mason Rudolph plays, I like the Chargers, but
Well, we don't have that information. We're at the mercy.
I'm
of
gonna
this
go
show.
on the assumption. I'm gonna go on the assumption Ben plays.
I would say this line suggests that Ben is going to play, right? Like it would be seven
I
or
would-
more with Mason Rudolph, right?
Yeah, that guy fucking reeks.
Boy,
He's not any good.
Is bad.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Monday night.
Yeah.
The Giants take on the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 11.5-point home favorite in this game. The total's 49.5. Tampa Bay has to figure it out. They're off a pretty embarrassing loss. They were off a bye and got their ass beat pretty bad by Washington last week.
Lost by double digits. Not good.
Yeah, and they made a comeback in the second half, and then Washington goes on this like 10-minute drive to just salt the game away. It's really wasn't a good look. They couldn't get the ball back. They couldn't stop them. I don't know. It seems like an awful lot of points, but I don't know. You'd think a very motivated Tampa Bay team here.
God, that's too many. It's too many, isn't it? In a primetime game?
It seems like it. I
God.
wouldn't be surprised if Antonio Brown sat out one more week. Godwin and Evans should be playing. I think Shepard will probably be out for the Giants, but all their other skill positions, Barkley should be back. It does seem like an awful lot. Ticket count's pretty even in this game. Boy.
I think I'm going to take Tampa. I'm going to hold my nose and take Tampa. I guess I'll just bet that this is about the time that the Tom Brady-led teams finally start to round into shape a little bit. We're getting close to the winter. It's about Tom Brady season. I guess I'll just take Tampa. I don't want to bet on the Giants.
I hate it very much, but I'm going to take the Giants. It just seems like a ton of points.
Ugh.
The
What an awful game.
Tampa Bay's 3-6. We talked earlier about that Philly game where they just kind of fell asleep at the wheel and let them backdoor that game. They were never in doubt to win the game, really, but they let them back in that game. I don't know. It seems like a ton of points. I think the Giants are going to be as healthy as they have been most of the year. Barkley's back. I don't know. I'll go with the Giants. I really hate it, though. You're taking Tampa?
Yep.
Okay, I won my super lock last week. I had the Packers. You had the Raiders. How'd that go? Poorly. It went poorly. That was my first super win in like a month. So, we're killing it. Do you want the I have the records of the year. After I went 11-3 last week, by the way.
That's wild.
Not to brag. Before that, the 2 weeks before that, I won a combined like 9 games, so I needed it. I'm 77-73-1 on the year, so a bit over 500. You are a bit under 500 at 71-79-1. So need a big week from you, champ, pal.
Yeah. I tried to fade you last week to catch up. That didn't work out.
No, it didn't. Any leans for
Whoops.
for your favorite play of the week? Let's see.
Not really.
Kind of like New Orleans.
I don't hate Arizona.
I like New Orleans, but I don't trust the quarterback play really. Washington, Carolina. Do I go back to my Panthers? Maybe. You seem very, very confident in the Dolphins, as I remember. I don't know if you consider them.
Yeah, it's hard to call the Miami Dolphins a lock in any situation ever.
Panthers, we're back. -3.5.
I think. Oh God, Trevor Siemian. Ugh.
That was my hesitation. I really like the Saints. I think they're much better than Philly.
I also don't love
But the quarterback
all these
play.
other games. I like their road teams, and I don't really love picking a road team for this.
Yeah.
Give me New Orleans, I guess.
New Orleans. What are they? 2 1.5-point dogs. All right. Carolina for me, New Orleans for you. Need a big week from you. Anything for the people as we get out of here?
I don't think so. I think that's all I got.
Appreciate everyone listening. If you want to watch We do have a YouTube channel that will be posted anywhere from 8 to 24 hours after the audio, probably sometime during the next day. We'll get that up as soon as we can. If you enjoy watching as you listen along, if you're into The Bachelorette, we posted a recap of Week 5 on Wednesday, so check that out. We'll be doing that every week till that show's over. Stay tuned for more football on Monday. We'll recap this week, and until then, we will see you next time. Thanks for listening.
See you later, guys. Bye.